Hey everybody! Before we get into the show, just a quick reminder: my comedy special "Thin Lips" is out right now. I'm really happy with all the support and everything that you. Do I feel like I'm reading like from a hostage? I'm really happy with all the support, and no, but I just want to make this as short as possible because it gets long and annoying. Keep watching, keep sharing. Thank you everybody that has. Thanks to everybody that's watched it multiple times. You're the best. I love you very much. Let's get into the show.
The Rap Jack Black and Sagdaddy, I'm back at it with a fantastic podcast for your asses. Yapping in a trap like a rescue cat, and the rescued up like they're waiting on the Batman. You tuned into the dude who threw booze back, blacked out, woke up drunk, covered in bruises. It's Sagdaddy the pod, an odd fellow, the great white chubby, I'm becoming a marshmallow. It's Sagdaddy the pod, so sit back and relax, cause like a broken arm, I got a cast now. It's Sagdaddy the pod, you made a good choice, so enjoy, don't be annoyed. Now here's my dumb voice.
Y'all ready for this? What's up, everybody? Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes, bams, clams, stamps. Welcome to another episode of Sagdaddy the Pod. Y'all know what this is. It's Sagdaddy the man, the sluggish man. Y'all know what this is. We out here in the cat hair lair representing the motherfucking 613 or whatever the hell. I don't know what my area code is here. I'm representing the 516, you know what I'm saying? Cool. So, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We've got another solo episode for you since the last one did so well. Just kidding. We love that. I was watching it and having full-on panic attacks. Let me tell you something, you guys. I love you to death. But whatever I say here, and I know it doesn't matter, right? No one's ever they'll I'm not very good at hiding the things I shouldn't say. You know what I mean? Is that the best way to put it? I'm not very good at not mentioning what I said about Blink-182 last time, or about, because you guys. Oh wait, we'll cut that. And we're back. We had to cut something. But basically doesn't matter. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Nothing matters. Who cares? We've got a great episode happening right now. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving a little bit because Lord knows I'm chock full. I don't think I have that many Thanksgiving stories. I don't like Thanksgiving. I think you're weird if you do love it. There are some people out there that think it's my favorite holiday. I think Feeney's that way. Mike Feeney. Yuck. Thanksgiving is your favorite holiday? Ew. You know what I mean? That's like rice being your favorite food. You know what I'm saying?
In what way?
It's bland. It's good, but it's nobody's favorite anything except for millions and millions of people on the other side of the world. You know what I'm saying? If we're talking about rice, of course.
I think Thanksgiving is probably top 3, if not top 2, people's favorite holidays. That's like what I hear people say the most. Mine is Halloween because
your favorite holiday.
I'm quirky.
And
yours is Christmas because you're a Disney adult.
Because I'm a Disney adult, and Lord knows, apparently it's an issue if there's an adult that likes Disney and likes fun and sweetness and joy. I mean, apparently that's a horrible thing to have. You know what I mean? I don't get this whole Disney adult thing. It really bugs me. What is wrong with liking Disney? I mean, it's a huge company. They make so many movies that are amazing. Their park is incredibly detailed and specific. They have so much, they really think about every little thing. You have so much fun while you're there. I'll tell you what, you shouldn't have any concern if someone loves going to Disney World. You should have concern if someone is a Six Flags adult. If somebody is like Six Flags or Busch Gardens or like any of these. Oh, Nicole took
Slander.
that one. But all of that, if you're really into Busch Gardens or you're really into, okay, let's take Busch Gardens out of it.
Well, it's not even just Busch Gardens. I get what you're trying to say, but like, I'm not worried about you liking the movies. You have like an obsession with going to the park, which like granted, I'm sure it's fun. I haven't been since I was 6.
I wish.
But I
wish I went every year or whatever.
You do?
No, I don't. Last time I was there was like 3 years ago.
Anyways, the difference between that and like a Busch Gardens or like Six Flags is that's like mostly geared. I mean, maybe it's not mostly geared towards adults. I guess families too. But there's like way more like roller coasters and rides and stuff versus Disney is more cutesy. There's like mascots walking around, characters, if you will.
All right.
Do you take pictures with them when you go as an adult?
Of course. Of course. That sounds like Alan. Of course I do. I could show you all the pictures that I have. I'll send them to you. We'll put them right here. I have tons of pictures there's one of me embracing Donald Duck. Like really taking in Donald Duck. Donald Trump. Donald Duck as Donald Trump. I can't do his fucking
the
voice.
The audio listeners, what they're hearing right now.
Or do it the opposite way where you're like, they all love Mickey. I don't get it. They really love Mickey. You know, you could do it. There's 2 characters in that. I like Donald Duck being like, that went on a little long, but I will tell you this. I'll tell you this. I hate Six Flags. I don't know enough about Busch Gardens to shit on it, but I'll tell you what, Disney has tons of rides everywhere and they're fun. They don't make your fucking stomach hurt because you're on a roller coaster. You know, roller coasters, every time I get off a roller coaster, I'm like, that was a mistake. I don't know. I'm out for a couple of minutes. I'm like, I can't go on another ride. It hurts.
Well, no, I'm with you. I don't like roller coasters anymore either. But then what do you do at Disney?
Disney are all dark rides. There's barely any.
Pirates.
Yeah, the pirate ride is sick. Here are the roller coasters at Magic. I mean, they're everywhere. What do you want to know? Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Animal Kingdom?
It's okay. I mean, I believe you. This made me think of something else that's connected. Did you go to Six Flags or something like that as a school trip in high school?
Yes, we did. I think. Or Dorney Park, maybe.
We went to Dorney Park in middle school.
Might have been Dorney Park. But
wait, where is that in Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
Where is that?
I don't know, or maybe Hershey. Hershey Park's cool too. It's nowhere near Disney.
Sure.
And there aren't Hershey heads, I'm sure. But Six Flags, any of these like legitimately, I think Six Flags is like it's a piece of shit. Six Flags is a piece of shit. Okay? It's a piece of shit.
Why?
It's ugly. The rides suck ass. Everybody, I mean, they have teenagers controlling the things.
Who's doing it at Disney?
Young adults.
I see.
You can't, I'll tell you what, the people that work at Disney, even though I know they're in college or whatever, maybe a little older, they feel ageless because the magic of Disney, no, but like they don't fret, like they're smiling the entire time. Okay, guys, enjoy your ride. You know, it's very like nice, where in Six Flags, it's just some kid being like, just waiting to get high. Or he's high.
You ever watch that YouTube channel, Defunct Land?
No.
It's a YouTube channel totally dedicated to like these lost rides from Disney and like things that have shut down. It's not just Disney, but that's kind of like the main one. But it also talks about like Universal and random
Yeah.
theme parks all over the world of like the history of rides and them being shut down and like
Whoa.
accidents and the lore and all of the things.
Well, I'll tell you what, another idea that I had, because boy, do we know that I'm chock full of ideas. I really have to write something one of these days. I have an idea for what I see as I actually see it as a television show, but someone recently was like, that's more of a movie. But I'm not going to say it here because I am going to write it. But I had an idea for like a travel channel show. I told you about this. Travel channel show. I would go to different theme parks and only exclusively ride their dark rides. And I would rate them and I would talk about the history of a dark ride and the story that they're telling and stuff. Probably wouldn't get
Wait, so
picked
how's
up.
that a movie?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The idea for the movie that I had. Nice try. Nice try, Nicole. Trying to get me to say my movie to everybody. It ain't going to happen. Anyway, so we're talking about Thanksgiving. I do not like Thanksgiving. I kind of liked it in the beginning. I liked it when it first was going on because there was more people in my family and my family wasn't broken up, you know? So like the less people, the less, you know, because really Thanksgiving is about the people. Christmas, it's about the songs and the movies and the family and the drinking and the Santa Claus and the presents and all that stuff. There's a big thing to it. Whereas Thanksgiving it's about the food and it's about family. And that's it. You know, no one's really, I don't think anybody's going over that story. You know what I mean? We're not trying to bring that back up. The story of Thanksgiving, you know? But it's about sitting at a big table with your family. Like, what do you do for Thanksgiving?
So for the past few years, my family they moved to Tennessee. So we will fly down or drive down with the dog and we'll go be with them. But for a while, it was just my immediate family, my parents, my brother and I, and like our significant others. But
Right.
otherwise, it was like it was like very small. Maybe my grandparents came. But now my brother's married. So her whole family will come.
Like her mom and dad and all that
Yes.
stuff? Wow.
They're very close, but like, so their whole family will come, and then Chris's family, like his parents have started coming.
Wow.
So it's become kind of like a thing, which initially I was like, I don't know if I'm going to be into that, but it is cute, which is why
It's
I
cute,
invited Brendan to my family Thanksgiving.
You did invite me.
And we'll see if he says yes or not.
I probably will say no, but I do appreciate the invite because my Thanksgiving it's all planned, it's all traditional, like my family's tradition, which is just bullshit, you know what I mean? Where it's like I liked Thanksgiving when I was sitting at a table and I was eating some collard greens and you know, I don't know, my family is a specific family. And turkey and the table's big and grandma's still alive and everyone's so happy and it's Thanksgiving and there's cars parked in front of the house. There's all these cars and you see your family walking up and you're like, yay, and your little cousins are there. You get to show your little cousin a video game. It's cool. But now, this is my Thanksgiving now. Me and my mom and my sister and my cousin and her husband and my uncle and my aunt, we all go to a restaurant called Jonathan's, a very nice restaurant out in Long Island, and we order food. We sit at a table, we order food, and they'll have like a Thanksgiving thing. You know, they have like a pre-set Thanksgiving meal, but I always get the steak because I'm like, you know, because the next day I have to go to my dad's house and I sit at his table at his house with my sister, and it's just Thanksgiving and sad, and we eat turkey and mashed potatoes, and my sister freaks out over, you know, the burnt marshmallows or something like that. And then we play a game called Seen It.
I love seeing it.
I love Seen It.
But the problem is there's like one Seen It. Like, there's not, like, you can't play forever.
I
Like, if
know.
you played it once as a kid, you're going to remember all this,
You
like, the
remember
Harry
everything.
Potter scenes or whatever they're going
Yeah.
to show you.
You need to get new Seen It's every year.
So what we've been doing is there's a lot of football watching, which I do not care about. I'd much rather, like, watch Harry Potter or Home Alone or some type of, like, cozy Thanksgiving vibe, then it's like Quiplash or like Jackbox games.
Quiplash. Yeah, we would play. I got my family into Jackbox games.
It's so fun
because my dad is like the arbiter of the board games. He's got all the board games, but his board games are like, I mean, they're
Taboo.
like it's like, oh, do you want to play catch a ball in a cup? He'll like whip out a big wheel that we have to run down the street with a stick. You know,
Yahtzee.
he's got old shit. Like his scene it is like new up and comer Jimmy Stewart is blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like all old whatever. We tried to put the Disney Scene It DVD in. He still had a DVD player. It was a whole fucking mess. So I got them into Jackbox, and Jackbox TV is really fun with them.
It's so fun. And since we have like such a big group coming now, and to be fair, I don't know a lot of them very well. Like
which is so fun. You get to meet them.
But like we're like saying like we're vicious in Jackbox games, like especially in Quiplash. We're not playing things that we think are a good answer. We're mentioning people's like deepest, darkest secrets and like taking shots at people. Or like our go-to answer is like there are like 3 people that I grew up with: the local pedophile, the guy who did like the plumbing in our house, and like one other like maybe one of our teachers, and we always play them, and if it makes no sense it wins. So that doesn't really play with like people who don't know.
See, I don't like Quiplash. I don't like games.
Why? You'd like I feel like you'd crush that.
Thank you. But I don't
so
like
quick.
I'm so quip.
Yes.
I don't like games where you're supposed to be funny. It bugs me.
What about Hotel Murder Trivia?
Hotel Murder Trivia, though, is our shit.
I love that.
Because you die and stuff, and you can steal your lives and shit. Like, any kind of trivia, I like. I don't like when you're like, what do they say? Stop, drop, and what? And then someone goes, pee your pants. And everybody goes, ha, 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 ha. All that fake laughing. Like, I mean, I want to find the person who made that game. What's that fucking game? The board game? Not board game. It's a card game.
Cards Against Humanity.
Cards Against Humanity. I want to take that little fucking team that make, because you know it's a team of skinny white people that are like, they think they're funny. They have no fucking idea. And I want to burn them alive, each and every one of them. Maybe not burn them alive, but I definitely want to kill them and then fuck their corpse. Because I hate that game. I hate Cards Against Humanity. I hate sitting around and going, who's got the funny answer? Fuck you. I don't like that. I like, you find the funny when the thing is not funny. You know what I mean? Cards Against Humanity, it's a game for people that don't know how to be funny. They're like, they need instructions on how to be funny. Instruction 1, think of a fucking funny thing. You know, I hate it. I really don't like it. And then when people are like, ugh, and you're sitting in a circle, I really ruined a good time that me and my friends were having once because we all met up. We were like, we never hang out. Let's all let's go to Jacob's house. And we all were at Jacob's house, and I was in a mood. I was Grumpers Branders for sure. And then they started taking out Cards Against Humanity, and I just was shitting on it. And I was like, this sucks. I was like, this game sucks. Nobody's funny. Let's just be funny without games. And my friend Caitlin was like, being really rude. And I was like, no, I'm not. So I guess I was, but I don't know. Cards Against Me, it's so dumb. Helen Keller said this. Fuck you. And Quiplash is the same bullshit.
Well, I agree with all the Cards Against Humanity stuff, but I love Quiplash. It's the best. But if you play with the wrong people, it sucks. Because some people are like my mom, for example, is like, she'll be like, IDK, LOL, is her answer. Because she like can't think of anything. And then she's like mad she lost.
That's pretty funny, actually.
Is it?
I'll tell you why. That would make me laugh. Because just knowing my mom, I'd be like, Mom's a fucking idiot. We'd all make fun of Mom at that point. You know?
I guess so.
Not to be someone who just disagrees. Don't you hate those people? And no matter what, they disagree with you. And you feel that, you go, Do you just disagree with me?
Well,
what I'm
you'll
saying?
have to when you come to the family Thanksgiving.
Which I will eventually.
Bring your girl. You guys can both come.
She'll be in a fucking different state. I never even thought of that. I mean, I did think of that, but in a way where I was like, because every year on Christmas, we have a big Christmas party on Christmas Eve. And I love that Christmas party. We've been doing it for years. I used to get fucking hammered at that Christmas party. Now, I'm the only one not drinking, and all my little cousins are in their mid-20s. They're all getting fucking hammered. And I just look at them and I go, that was me when it, but I was thinking about that and I was like, oh, Caroline's not going to be, she goes home,
You're not going to go? Like you wouldn't spend it together, you think?
I don't know. We're not there. Not this year. We'll figure it out. I mean, definitely down the line, I think there'll be like, so should we do Christmas at your place or you want to come to my place for Christmas and then we'll do Thanksgiving at your fucking place? I don't know. I have no idea. We're taking it slow.
Okay. Then
Okay.
you have to come to ours.
Where do you guys do it?
In Tennessee, at my parents' house.
So you want me to do you drive?
We're gonna, because we're bringing the dog. So come in the Jeep. We can all go down together.
And you go and you do it on Thanksgiving?
No. So we'll leave a few days before. Probably
Uh-huh.
split up the drive with a little
Where are you guys
Airbnb
staying?
in Virginia.
Where am I staying?
With us. What do you mean?
At the Airbnb?
Well, so on the way down, Airbnb, split up the drive. Long drive.
To Tennessee.
Yes. Then we'll have a great time at the Airbnb, us three and the dog. And
That
then
would
we'll
be
finish
fun.
the drive and stay at my parents' house.
Damn, I wish I still drank. That sounds like a fun drinking thing. Where you go, when we stop at this Airbnb halfway through, we're going to get blackout.
Well, I mean, there are plenty more things. You should just come. By the time
Well,
this is
we'll see.
out, we'll know if Brendan came or not. I'm going to keep pushing
I know
him.
already. Between you, me, and the Monster Energy drink.
Well, it made me
I already
sad.
know what the answer to that is.
It made me sad because you're like, I hate Thanksgiving. Not that I love it, but it made me sad that you're like, I hate it. It's always been like, it's been like this for so long. Like, this is just what it is. And like,
It's just like, it's like
you'd kill with my family.
a lot of pressure. I'm like, okay, so I have all these index cards. So, man walks into a bar and says, ouch. Okay. I start stealing from people. I go, what is the deal? Anyway, whatever. But I just don't care for Thanksgiving. There's nothing about it. Ooh, food. Everybody loves pigging out. Guess who pigs out every day? This guy. You know what I mean?
When you had like a actual family Thanksgiving, who was cooking the food?
My dad and my mom would
Together.
would cook the food. Yeah, my dad would cut the turkey, which he still does to this day, and he's horrible at it. I don't know how you fuck that up, but he's bad at cutting turkey. I'm eating bones. I think I got a skull at one point. I think I bit into a wing and a skull was there. And my mom would make like all that other stuff. And my sister makes she loves that orange potato. You know what I'm talking about? Fried potatoes. Is that what they are?
I know what it is, but I kind of want to give you
Sweet
a couple.
potatoes.
Yep, you got it.
Oh,
That was quick.
you son of a bitch.
Orange potato.
Orange potatoes and white broccoli. So she'll make all that stuff and like with the marshmallows on top, those little marshmallows.
Sweet potato casserole.
Yeah, she loves it. That's my sister's shit. She loves it. And then, people would be bringing pies and whatnot. And it was just, when there was like a sense of family, it was good. It was fun. You look around, I never really got to enjoy that because when we were doing that, I was just some like teenager to early 20s. So I was like, not really, I was taking advantage of it. You know what I mean? Like I didn't care about it. So I was like, whatever. Now when we're all together as a family, I look around, I go, look at us. We're a fucking family. Look at this, But Thanksgiving, I there's not even a person. There's not even like a Santa,
I guess so. I mean,
There's not even a Thanksgiving song.
do you remember like the year, how old you were when that changed for you? Like when it went from like those family Thanksgivings to suddenly it wasn't that way anymore?
The year my parents separated, which was I was or at least got divorced. When my dad moved out, I think. So I was probably 19, I think, 18, 19.
Do you remember what that first Thanksgiving was like when you had to do two?
Yeah, it was annoying. I remember it being annoying.
It was annoying from the first one.
I remember it being
wasn't
annoying.
Weird, sad, funny, crazy.
No, you know what? My parents' divorce wasn't sad until now. You know what I mean? Where you're like, oh, I wonder what would have happened if I had like, I don't know, if I had like the traditional everybody loves each other family kind of stuff. But at the time, when you're young and your parents get separated and divorced, I don't know about anybody else, but me, I was like, good. I was like, you guys are fighting all the time. Fuck that. I hate seeing it. And also, like, my parents are divorced. You know, you get like that. You get the attention. No, my parents are separated and divorced. Like, you know, it's like it's like, you know, I wish I had a cast. I wish you got a cast when your parents get divorced that everybody could sign. But yeah, so I didn't care about that. But now when you get older, you're like, God, you know, what the fuck? And then I go, when I have kids, bro. And, you know, then you start thinking about that fucking Offspring song, you know the one that's like, Billy had a chance, but she really did. Whoa. Said she dropped out and had a couple of kids. Whoa. Marshall lives at home because he's got no job. Whoa. He smokes he plays guitar and smokes a lot of pot. And then, you know that song?
I don't think so.
It's about like, I forgot the chorus. Brandon OD'd and died. Whoa. Something. How can one little street swallow so many lives? Chances run, nothing's longing for used to be.
If you sing the whole thing, I might get it.
Still, it's hard. I'm going to a specific. Hard to see, fragile lives, shattered dreams. It's about how like. I don't know, maybe that's the wrong song. But there is a song that they sing about how, you know, it just keeps repeating itself. So now, as you get older, someone who is divorced, which, by the way, I'm not even whining about that. I know some people, there are some comics I know who fucking used having a divorced parents as their whole brand. You know exactly what I'm talking about. They use it all as their brand. It's like everything about them is I have divorced parents, yada fucking yada. Stop bitching over that. Who cares? Giannis Papas had a real great joke about that. He goes, everybody who bitches about having divorced parents means you were rich. If your parents got divorced, you were rich. He goes, poor people do not get divorced. They just leave. we gotta get Giannis on. Shout out to Giannis. Go get into Giannis's DMs. If you guys are gonna get into people's DMs, go into Giannis Papas's and be like, go on Sagalow's podcast. So anyway, that was always a really funny joke. But yeah, stop complaining. I'm talking to you specifically. I wish we could send this to him. Stop complaining that your parents are divorced. Because also, not for nothing, you're using it. I've actually asked this guy to come on the podcast, and I'm going to confront him. But you're using it. You don't care. You're using it. I hate comics that, it's like if a comic got fucking cancer, and they're like, the cancer comic now. You know what I mean? Or what's worse about that, I'm just talking shit. What's worse about that is if a comic's like, mom got cancer, and they're my mom has cancer comic. Kill me. If I have a child... Hold on. If I have a child and they become a stand-up and I get like Parkinson's or something and they use that as a brand, they're going to have to change their fucking brand to comic whose dad killed himself.
Well, if you had Parkinson's, you might not even know it was happening, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, you might. Not a bar about Parkinson's.
A Parkinson's. The first time I shot me a Drake, I told her da. What is it? The braids? Cutthroat
He's
business.
glitching.
Cutthroat business. Don't get shit twisted. What is it? The braids? Oh, you don't want to work with me no more? Okay.
He's glitching with ad libs.
I wish they were ad libs. Glitching with ad libs. Having like Tourette's, but they're ad libs. Like, imagine if your Tourette's were like young Jeezy ad libs. Where you're just talking, you're like, ha ha!
I do love that. There's this meme that it's my favorite of all time. It's the fish walking into the Krusty Krab like this. And I'm pretty sure it's when he's coming in, like singing the Krabby Patty song, like, hey, all you people, hey, all you people. So it's that image, but it's like dudes walking into a room and just yelling a random lyric for no reason. And it's like balling in the middle of the club, no jersey.
Yes, that's so true.
I'm obsessed with that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the amount of SpongeBob shit, I'm always going, oh, brother, this guy stinks.
So let me ask you this. What time is your Thanksgiving dinner?
So 6 o'clock with mom and the family. Maybe earlier, maybe like 5. My family knows to do early stuff now because we all just want to go to bed. Or I'll have like a show that night or something. I might have a show on Thanksgiving. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. But I did put my avails for like the city spots in for Thanksgiving. But yeah, we'll do that. And then 7 o'clock is when we start dads the next day. So it's like, it's not fun. I'm full of food. You know, it's not fun, and I don't want to take it for granted because Lord knows how much time my parents have on this godforsaken earth. But, you know, I just hate it. I love Christmas. I want this to be done. Like to me, I'll tell you what. To me, Halloween is the MC of the show. So you're excited, right? You know exactly where this is going. The MC of the show, Halloween. And they're killing. You love them. Then the feature comes on, Thanksgiving, and you're like, can we just see the headliner? How many of these guys do we really need to see? Which I don't even know if is a real true feeling. I think for the most part, people love shows throughout the entire thing. Some people love the fucking feature act more than they love the headliner. I'll tell you what, though. And then Christmas is the big headliner. I just don't like Thanksgiving. I never liked it. I don't like turkeys as animals. I don't like the way they look. I don't like the sound they make. I know I think we should be pardoning people that smoke weed. I don't know why we're pardoning birds all the time every year. Why is it that I know that it's a joke that the president pardons a bird to what? Not die? Is that what it is? They give is that pardoning it? Or
I
is
think
that like
so. It feels like fucked up though, because it's like
killing its whole family?
it's like the Hunger Games or something.
Yeah, you
Like
go,
this one's safe, but we're killing all the other
yeah, they go,
ones. It's pretty good.
holding up the
Feathers.
feathers, 3 feathers. I volunteer as tribute.
Wait, oh my god. But you must love this part of Thanksgiving, the dog show.
Oh, on TV?
Yeah. No?
I mean, I like
You?
that. We don't watch TV anymore. I'm telling you, I don't have like a
The Macy's
Thanksgiving.
Day Parade, you're a rewards member.
I know. I'm supposed to be holding the fucking float. Supposed to be holding Snoopy. My dad did that one year. My dad walked in the Thanksgiving Day Parade, and I think he like dropped his rope he was holding, and he like something happened where he fucked up. But no, we don't watch. So that's what my old Thanksgivings used to be. That tables, TVs on, footballs on, Macy's Day Parade. You felt it. Everybody was wearing sweaters. You felt it. You felt that this is a holiday. Now it's fucking nothing. Nobody watches any sports. My dad doesn't give a shit about football or anything like that. We don't watch the Macy's Day Parade. It's brutal. It sucks.
Why won't you come into my house?
Because, I only have so many more. I'll come when when.
You'll just talk shit about them until then.
Yeah. Well, I gotta
trash
spend
their
every
Thanksgiving.
holiday with my family
That's fair.
while I still got them.
I get it.
But, one day I'll make that 17-hour drive with you guys in the back with your dog.
It's
Like,
10.
While I hear
You might get to
hear
sit in the
her-
front because I'll be on crutches. So I might have to sit in the back with the dog.
Just hearing the dog lick her vagina.
I don't know like which part suggested that, but should we talk about Thanksgiving Eve?
Your dog's got a puffy vagina too. Does your dog have a puffy pussy?
What do you mean by that? And also, I thought you meant she was licking me.
No.
She's licking herself.
Herself.
I see. Okay.
I feel like Raz has a puffy vagina.
I wouldn't say so. It's like pretty like run of the mill.
I want to get run of the mill. That's a funny way to describe a vagina.
It's like pretty standard.
You go. That vagina's run of the mill.
You see what you get.
Yeah. Run of the mill just does sound like it's been tossed through, you know?
Perhaps. She's from the streets of Newark.
Oh, yeah, she's a rescue.
We don't know what's happened.
Maybe she
to her.
fucked my cat. Maybe they fucked.
I don't know.
Anyway, whatever.
see
So, what was you had another question about Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving Eve. Any good stories?
Thanksgiving. No, because Thanksgiving Eve was always so fun. Like, I always loved, as much as I could never get laid, I loved the days when getting laid was, the vibration of getting laid was around, the energy of it. I could never do it because I never knew if someone, I just, I wish I had confidence. I wish I didn't have that like fat girl thing about myself where I'm like, there's no way she would never. Where it's like now I don't have that where I'm like, let's get into it, whatever. Like I wish I had the confidence now that I did back then, so I could like, go out to these bars. Thanksgiving Eve was so fun because you go out and you'd see people from high school and stuff, and I wish I had the confidence to be like, oh, what am I doing? Stand-up comedy.
You didn't do that at all? You didn't like feel that when you went back?
I flexed it.
Where were you living at that point? Like when you were going back and doing that and like really...
Jersey City. I was either in college or I was living in Jersey City. And then you went until about 20. You went until you felt too old to be there, where you're like, there's not a lot of people from high school showing up at these bars. And the ones that are showing up here, because in Long Island, Huntington, the town has a lot of bars. You usually go there on Thanksgiving Eve. A lot of people were there. A lot of people are there always on Thanksgiving Eve. But when you stop, like, when they start looking like children, you're like, we got to get the fuck out of here. But there was definitely a window that I missed of not being too old to be there and being able to fuck anyone I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you did live away from home and you had a cool, like, new kind of interesting job. So you didn't feel at all that when you went home you could kind of like be like, look at these people.
Never.
Like flex on them.
Oh,
at all?
I felt that way. I felt like, look at me, I'm doing something cool. I'm in nightclubs all the time, and everybody's smoking, and it's cool, and everybody around me is adults, pretty much. So it's like I did feel like I am doing something cool, but it was like I'm doing something cool and great. You should approach me and want to have sex with me. There was no vibe of me being like, I got this confidence now. I'm just gonna walk up and do what I would normally do, which is like introduce myself and whatnot. But it's also weird. Like I was never really like that, and I still hate hearing when guys do that now because fucking Lord knows Caroline gets it every 2 fucking days. She's like, "I got hit on me." You're like, great. While I'm not there, great. And what if I was there? What are you gonna do? Nothing. Some guy's like, "You're really beautiful. Can I get your phone number?" And you want her to be like, fuck you. No, I love my boyfriend. But, what are you going to do? You know how that's like. You're like, no thanks. Then you just walk away. I have a boyfriend.
Sometimes it's less scary to do that, like on a real note.
I know what it really is. It's like, what are you going to do? You're going to get into an argument with a guy and then he fucking murders you?
That's the only other option. It's either teehee, I can't be with you because I just can't because I have a boyfriend. Otherwise, I would.
Right.
Like, otherwise you die. That like
I
there's
get
really no
that.
other choice.
I do get that. I get that. I ain't tripping.
Wait, so I'm kind of bummed you don't have any like there's nothing because I feel like the whimsical thing about coming back for Thanksgiving after school like once you graduate high school, there's some weird thing that goes away of like, oh, now like the popular kids talk to me now and now these people are friends. And,
Well,
like, something changes where
popular is a weird term. There was never really any popular kids at my school. There were rich kids. There were like the rich kids who didn't do drugs or anything like that. Like we were doing drugs and stuff way earlier than some of these kids. And like you can always tell that like they are newly into it. You know what I mean? Go out, they'd be like, you can always just tell. But there was never any stories from that because me and my friends, we never got into shit like that. We were never like, what would we do? We just liked getting hammered. We liked getting hammered. We liked smoking. We liked doing cocaine.
very cool.
It is very cool. It is very cool. We
Wait.
were very cool.
So we need to like come up with other things to talk about for Thanksgiving then because sad so far and then there's no fun going out stories. So like was there anything like
it was a sad experience.
Okay,
Thanksgiving
I get
sad
it.
sucks.
I mean, we could talk about the sad stuff too, but I figured there might be like we did in I feel like elementary school. There's like videos of our class where we had to make like a silly little or paper turkeys, like little turkey hat, and then like sing a little song.
I made the paper turkeys. Don't worry, I made the best paper turkeys. I'm one of the best paper turkey makers in all of America. There has never been a better handcrafted turkey than mine. I was good at it.
Well, that's great. I just don't know if you have any like goofy stories of like stuff they made you did at that time or like even at your family Thanksgivings, anything like bizarre happening.
No, I mean, no, not really.
Just the happiest time of your life.
It was just a good time. Yeah, it was always a good time. The Thanksgiving Eve was so fun always. I don't remember any fights. I don't remember any, I don't remember anything like that. It's small stories like my friend pissing in a closet or some shit like that. Whatever. But it was all good except for I never got fucking laid, which would have been really great.
Did you ever bring anybody to your family Thanksgiving or go to someone else's family Thanksgiving?
Like a girlfriend?
Yeah.
I've gone to girlfriends' family Thanksgivings, and I never took girls to the cool Thanksgiving, but I've taken girlfriends that I've had to the Jonathans, and been like, I'm getting a fucking steak. One time I was living with my last girlfriend when we were still living together, but we were broken up. I went to Thanksgiving without her, but she was still here. So I was like, what do you want? I'll get you food. So I got her one of those turkey meals, brought her back because I'm such a good guy, such a nice guy. But no, I always think Thanksgiving in my head is boring. It's bland. It's brown. And like, I like brown, but it's just brown. And there's like turkeys and leaves. Like that's your thing. Orange leaves.
What about Black Friday? Cyber Monday?
No, Black Friday, I love. I mean, I got into Black Friday one of the last years that they were doing it at a mall. Like now it's Black Friday, Chinese Saturday, fucking Korean Sunday, and then Cyber Monday. So it's like you get all these deals, you get all these deals during the weekend. So it's like you don't get that. But for like the last couple of years that they were doing it, I went to the mall and we ran in and we're like, that's actually where I bought that Michael Kors watch that I wore to the interview at a Black Friday. I got a cheap watch. Well, cheaper. It was like expensive, but Black Friday, But now I don't know. Now my life sucks to the point where anytime Black Friday or Cyber Monday comes along, I don't ever have any money. You know, there was one year I had money for it, and it was when we were doing Here's a Scenario, and it was when I bought fucking Canon Infinity watches, like nice watches, which they both don't wear ever. Cunts.
Well, I guess, and then you didn't even get to like work on Black Friday ever because you never worked in retail.
Never. You worked in retail?
Well, I worked at Old Navy.
You worked at Old Navy?
Which was hell for Black Friday. It was an insanely long shift and militant. They were like very intense about what that day looked like and like what was allowed. And like people were waiting outside to like come in and get the deals and on flip-flops and American flag t-shirts.
Who's waiting outside of Old Navy for Black Friday stuff?
Lots of people in the suburbs of upstate New York, but
I want to buy a chain this year.
I can't even imagine working at like Best Buy or like a place like that, Walmart, something like that for Black Friday.
Fuck all that.
I never went in person. I was too scared. It was like chaos.
Really?
Yes.
It's fun.
You had fun? There was were there people like running around and like fighting? Because that's my understanding is of
That's
it.
what was fun about it. People were running around. I didn't know about anybody fighting, and nobody trampled anybody or anything, but you were running around. It was like, it's a lot like being at Disney World. It's like that when you get to Disney World right at 7:30 in the morning and you're waiting for it to open up, and they open those gates and everybody runs in, goes to their favorite ride. I compare everything to Disney World. I was at the Yankees game yesterday, and I was like, this is a lot like Disney World in this way. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what I compared it to.
Overpriced food. Crowds.
Something like that. Oh, you know what?
The mascot.
I was saying, do these guys pump the smell of food here? Do they pump it through is there like a vent that they pump that in to be like, ooh, it smells like hot dogs. It smells like this, smells like that. Because in Disney World, they pump the smell of like a bakery on Main Street.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's nice. And also, they'll do a thing where they set up all of the, when you get to Magic Kingdom in the fucking town, the Main Street, it goes like this, like that. It's set up to look like that. So the buildings here are bigger and they cave in like that. It's all fucking planned. And there's also buildings that you don't see because they're painted green and blue. So they just blend in.
Why? For what? Are they like just buildings that are not?
They're buildings that aren't
like
a part of it.
Machines in there.
Yeah, exactly. They're buildings that are not like fancy or like have anything in them except for like machines and stuff.
Weird.
It's all weird. We should do a big trip. If the Patreon gets enough, these guys, I talked to the Foley and Kippy when they went to Disney World on their Patreon, and I was like, did you guys do this? Did you do that? And they were like, nah, man, we went for a day and we did it was all business with them. Business. It was all business with them. I was like, oh, they did the whole Epcot around the world and they had a beer everywhere. If we go for the Patreon, we spend a week there. I mean, we'll barely film anything.
It's just a prize.
It's just a prize, really. We're not making any fucking...
Well, you need to do reviews or something. Like you need to be doing the dark ride reviews or TikToks.
Well, you'll film me from far away and I'll have a little lav mic and I'll just be shit talking everybody. I'll be walking by people shit talking them.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking guy.
You can't though because you love it. You love it too much.
Well, I'm not going to shit talk anybody for being into it. I don't care about that. Be into it. I always say, it's like sports, right? Some people got sports. Some people got Disney World. Some people's hats have beers. Some people's hats have ears. It's no different. Different.
Well, I haven't been there since I was a kid, I was probably 6, and I think I went on the Buzz Lightyear ride maybe 30 times in a row because it was the only ride with air conditioning at the time, and it was also very fun. But I just went on it over and over and over.
Splash Mountain. They took Splash Mountain away because it had some racist undertones.
What do you think about all these rides changing?
I mean, Are we going to get into? We could do a whole solo episode on Disney World. I think I'll say this: let them change. I don't care. Let them change. It evolves. Things need to evolve. Who gives a fuck? And if Splash Mountain had some racist undertones, then sure, get rid of it. I don't see it, but it's probably because I'm not, I'm not learned enough about it. Like, to me, that's just what those characters are. But to be fair, they are going like, and a beeble ball, and a massa, we gonna catch that brer rabbit, and if that's racist, then I guess it's racist. And I just don't know, I'm chalking it up to I just don't know, and it probably is racist. But to me, I'm like, I don't know. This looks like a story of a couple of guys living in the South.
Have you heard of that ride that, I forget the movie. It's like The Sword in the Stone, or like one of those like random Disney movies, and they had this ride for it that was absolutely terrifying. That was in like an evil castle. And I think
the Toad. The Toad, Mr. Toad's Fantastic Ride or some shit like that.
No, it wasn't that. It was something else. It was like
at Disney.
Yeah, I think so. And I
could have been Winnie the Pooh ride.
No. It was something like The Sword in the Stone, because the goal was to like get past all these like monsters in it. You're walking through and you have a tour guide. Oh, you know what? It's because this was at like Disney in Japan or something.
Oh, so it was like a Japan one.
It was very cool looking, but very scary. I wish I could remember what it was called. I'll have to show you a video, because the cool part is at the end. So you go through past all this scary shit, and then at the end, this giant like skeletal, like the villain of the movie, like comes up out of this like cauldron. It's
Disney
like an animatronic.
Scary.
It's terrifying. And so you think you're going to die at the end, and then the tour guide who's been taking you through gives one of the kids the sword, and it like lights up, and they zap the thing, and then it's like falls and dies, and like, and then there's like all these lights, and then they give the kid a medal, but they got rid of it for something about it was like fucked up, that they like in a bad way that they had to get rid of it.
Disney will do that every once in a while. Well, they'll have a ride that's like, we'll give you nightmares. There was a ride. It wasn't really a ride. It was more of a show that they got rid of, but I remember going to see it. It was like it's called Alien Encounter.
I watched a video about this, and it looked terrifying.
Yeah, it was terrifying. I remember, I don't even remember going there, but I do remember when I was little, when I was really young, I would watch all these home movies that my dad taped at Disney World. And because he had this big fucking camera, that big one that took like, you literally put like a VCR tape in it. And I wonder if he still has them, but they're like from when I'm a little kid at Disney World, and I was like following this girl around. They're like, Brandon's got a girlfriend, and one of the things was, I think my dad quickly tried to take it out, and somebody like yelled at him, like, put that down. So the only memory I have from Alien Encounter is like that specific moment when the alien's like comes out of the thing and smoke's going everywhere, and it's really scary, and then someone being like, get that down, and my dad being like, putting it down. But Disney has tons of scary rides. If you go to Egypt, if you go to Epcot, there's Norway. In Norway, they used to have a ride. Now it's who sings that? What's that movie? Frozen. Let it go, let it go. That ride is what I'm about to talk about. But before that, it was a ride based on trolls. And because I guess Norway is big into trolls, somebody called my comment section Norway. Anyway, so there was a lot of like trolls, and that scared me because there was like, at one point they go like, bleh! They'll come out and like scare you, and then there's a big fucking dip right at that point. Disney loves doing that, scaring you and then throwing you down a fucking thing.
Did they have Jurassic Park, or was that Universal?
That's Universal.
What are your thoughts on Universal? You're like, that's not shit.
Universal is sick. It's not Disney, and it'll never be Disney, but it is sick. I went there because I went there recently, actually, and it both Universal and Universal's fucking awesome. It really is, because it's like, it's kind of adult Disney, You know what I mean? Like they have Harry Potter land and they have the Simpsons land and they have like all these like cool things where it's like you feel like you're kind of at an amusement park that is Disney-esque. Whereas when you're in Disney, there's kids running around and shit, and you're like, what is this? You know, I'm like, oh, I'm 100 years old. What am I
Yeah,
doing?
that's like, I mean, you perfectly described like my biggest question with why you go to Disney every year is like,
It's
you just said
rumors.
Universal is adult Disney and Disney is just all kids running around.
So
That's
what's your
like-
question?
I think it's pretty clear what my question is.
Why don't you ask it then?
What's up with that?
Mr. President, my question is, what's up with that?
Is it like comforting to you, like the lore and like being there and the whimsy?
Boy, would I love to say that the only reason I like Disney is because of some hodgepodge, old school feeling I get from the nostalgia factor of being there when I was younger. But it's amazing in every way. It's amazing.
Where do you stay when you go there?
Where do I not stay? I mean, there's a hotel.
Like, do you stay on site, like in a Disney hotel?
Yeah. We stay in
Tea.
Disney hotels.
So you do it right. You do it up.
Yeah. I mean, that's privileged. You know what I mean? Like, even if I were to go with my own money now, I would have to stay at like the Disney Lodge and Inn. You know what I mean? Some place that looks like a fucking Motel 6 with like Chippendale on the screen. All the hotels, no matter what, have like some sort of Disney vibe to it. But like the cheaper ones, you can just tell are cheap. But like we stayed at all of them. We stayed at every single hotel when we were going every year. We stayed at every hotel. We were at the Floridian. We were at the Contemporary. We were at the Disney Lodge and da-da-da-da. Like we've just been everywhere. It's fucking sick. Anywhere that the monorail comes through. You know what I'm saying? Boardwalk. That was a good one.
What's the best food at Disney?
The food sucks. The food actually sucks. Like, you think the food's going to be good because it's so expensive, but it sucks. There's not one place that I'm like, wow, the steak. That's the one thing that they can fix. The food fucking sucks.
There's no like good. I mean, I always see like little treats and like.
I mean, maybe. I haven't eaten everywhere, but I haven't ate everywhere, but there's some places that like the food sucks, but the experience is like insane. When I went there a couple of years ago with my dad and my sister, we went to this place called like Space or some shit like that, and you go up. By the way, I have all of this stuff on videos and shit, so I could send this to you. But you go up a thing. You're in an elevator, and you're essentially going to the restaurant, which is probably like 4 floors up. But they make it seem like you're literally leaving Earth. Did I show you that?
No, but I've seen this on like I am so deep in the like
You're in Disney TikTok?
for months all I was watching were those YouTube videos about Disney. And
Yeah.
like I again have not been since I was a child, but was fascinated in like seeing all the design of things and like the POVs on the rides and like
It's amazing.
the shut down rides and how
I'll
they
watch.
designed the park. You gotta Defunct Land. I don't know like
I'll check
how
that
much
out.
like
I'll
he's still
watch,
posting, but it's so
like,
good.
There are people that professionally, they'll have YouTubes and they'll go to, these parks and they'll film every ride and they'll film themselves on the ride and then they'll put it up on the fucking, and their YouTubes get hit, like millions of hits. And I'll watch that. I think that's a great idea. Make some good money just being like, the Peter Pan ride. Let's go! Oh, anyway, happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Any other Thanksgiving questions before we get out of here?
I don't know. Like
Are we doing a Patreon?
we are doing a Patreon.
Okay. We'll see you guys on the Patreon. I don't think, I'm sorry if this is, Thanksgiving to me is just a boring piece of shit waste of time holiday. And I think there should be we should upstage Thanksgiving. Can we like upstage it somehow where there's like a better holiday the night before called Brendan Day or something where it's just awesome and you get blown? Or if you're a woman, you get fucked in like a disgraceful way. You know how, like, women like that?
This is how you envision Brendan Day?
Yeah. I mean, Brendan Day is a
Thanksgiving Eve.
Thanksgiving Eve, Brendan Day, we're going to call it. And the day before Brendan Day is Brendan Day Eve.
Sagdaddy today.
Sagdaddy today.
Happy Sagdaddy today to you all.
Happy Sagdaddy today to you all. And to all, a good night. We'll see you next week. Oh, go to the Patreon. Or we'll see you on the Patreon. Bye.
The Rap Jack Black and Sagdaddy, I'm back at it with a fantastic podcast for your asses. Yapping in a trap like a rescue cat, and the rescued up like they're waiting on the Batman. You tuned into the dude who threw booze back, blacked out, woke up drunk, covered in bruises. It's Sagdaddy the pod, an odd fellow, the great white chubby, I'm becoming a marshmallow. It's Sagdaddy the pod, so sit back and relax, cause like a broken arm, I got a cast now. It's Sagdaddy the pod, you made a good choice, so enjoy, don't be annoyed, now here's my dumb voice. So recognizable, ski master, unreliable, diary of a guy who's higher than a freaking diving board. I'm tired, call me biting you as lame cause you align with your wardrobe. Give that back, you ain't that guy, bro. Kaleidoscope stripping, goddamn I'm tripping. Sipping shroom tea, looking at a blank television. Got a girl here gripping, thinking we'll do some business, but that's the last thing that I want. Seriously. Big dog, I'm on shirts now. Still scared that my house is gonna burn down. I'm a rare card, an old Charizard. Getting BJ's on a bench of a promenade. Don't know what to do, I got a lot of problems. Lot of emotional truths, I menage them. I'm getting robbed every time I get a coffee. Cause $6 is just too much.
Keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. We can keep it on the low. But all you do is wrong.
Dream team, me and Galeen and the four Beatles. Kidnapping whores illegally, pumping them full of needles. Eating Chinese till Steven asks us to order a pizza. Walk to run to get it, I can't do either. It's Sagdaddy the pod, don't think twice. Just bob your head, dealing your chicken with no rice. It's Sagdaddy the pod, and on God I won't stop. Unless I wanna, that's kinda the deal, huh? It's Sagdaddy the pod, no need to deviate. Your ears are not the only holes that I'm about to penetrate. It's Sagdaddy the pod, so thanks for tuning in. Truman Show flow, if I don't see you, you can suck my dick.